What you need to do is be thankful for the life you got, you know what I'm saying?
They send pressure. Mayfield evades. In trouble. Stiff arm. Throws. How did he do it? The first down.
Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball's caught. It's a miracle. It's Taylor Brown. Oh, my goodness. This town is going crazy.
Protected. Another completion. Another short one. Bouncing off the tackle is Montgomery. What a catch and run. Still going.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining. It is Friday, December 12th. We are What's to Play. Cory, joined as always by Lucas. Lucas, how are you on this glorious Friday?
A little bit bittersweet. I had the jackpot last night with Sean Tucker, but man, I wish I hit my SGP. That game made a lot of sense, I feel like. Bucks and Falcons. A lot of good props in that game for sure.
Yeah. Actually was probably the first Thursday game that I didn't intentionally miss. I just actually was kind of focused on other stuff. I had the Iowa State rivalry game going on in NCAA, in the basketball. So I actually totally forgot that game was going on at the same exact time. So I was sitting there watching that, and then I was like, oh, yeah, this game is still going on. And
turned out to be a really good Thursday night football game.
Yeah. Yeah, looking back, probably was, of course, one that I would have wanted to watch compared to some of the other weeks that we've had here recently. But yeah, I can't believe it's week 15 already.
Already in week 15.
3 weeks left. The playoff picture is really kind of clearing up for most teams. I don't think anyone's officially a lock yet that I can think of off the top of my head, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of these teams that we'll get into and discuss. These next 3 weeks are going to be huge for them in their seeding, or even if they make the playoff at all, which is kind of crazy to think that, there could be such a big swing, but that's just how tight the NFL is at most times. And, if you haven't, obviously you can go back to that ESPN. There's that playoff machine or whatever it's called. And kind of see how it's currently laid out right now. I could pull it up, actually, because I do have it up. So right now, this is currently how the playoffs are laid out. If they started today, you'd have Denver and the Rams as the number one seeds. And then in the AFC, the almighty Chiefs are not in for, I believe, the first time in 10 years, if I remember right. Or maybe it was the first time in 10 years they're not going to win their division. I'm not for sure which one that is, but
I think both.
Yeah, it might be both, to be honest. Ravens would be out. Bills are still in. So I think maybe the surprising thing is you have the Bears over there, even though I believe they're still leading in the NFC North. They're only the 7th seed. No, because that'd be the Green Bay would be leading them. Regardless, you got some teams. Most of the NFC is about exactly kind of what you think it is. Rams, Niners, and Seattle in, and then I think probably most people didn't really have Carolina being in this year. I didn't. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see as things kind of shake out here. What it's looking like. Guess we'll just get right into it. There's no actual college basketball or football to talk about this week as they take the week off. The only game that'll be played is the Army-Navy game for those that care or watch.
Boise State and Washington. Two games tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. Didn't know that
you'll
game.
Be watching or betting?
Yeah. Definitely won't be doing anything or betting on any of that. But, yeah, so – I think in college football, obviously there's a ton going on. Coaches leaving. Sharon Moore was fired randomly this week after he got caught, banging a staffer, getting her pregnant, and then going over to her house.
A lot going on.
Man, it's just actually unbelievable what the hell's happening here. Kind of feels like it's a dream. You're like, he did what now? So, yeah. Maybe just briefly, I've even looked at it's kind of hard to talk about bowls because you have a lot of these teams opting out. I know Iowa State did. Granted, we don't have the coach isn't going to be coaching, and we're going to lose probably a ton of players at the portal. Actually, a ton of our guys are hurt. Kansas State's in the same boat right now. Notre Dame opted out because they're just a bunch of whiny bitches and didn't make the playoff. So I don't know. It seems like the Bulls might be in the process of dying here unless they dramatically change something. With I think maybe we've talked about it before. You might have to start paying the players, on top of it to try and get these teams to even want to play. Because otherwise, I don't really see the point other than tradition. But these kids don't care. So I don't know. Who do you think is going to win the Natty this year? Do you have a favorite?
I'm really thinking about Oregon and Texas Tech, whoever wins that game, but probably Ohio State. At Oregon, Texas Tech, I'm looking forward to that matchup.
Yeah, that should be a really great game. I don't really
semifinals, the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
I think the winner of that game has a very good chance to win it all. A little bit of a sleeper team.
I really like Texas Tech. I really do.
Yep.
Mostly because they pissed a bunch of other teams off, like the name brand people, because they went out and spent a huge amount of money. And they're like, yeah, we can do this too if we spend the money that you have been behind closed doors all this time. So, oh, yeah, that was the other thing. Did you see that Ed Orgeron come out on, Bussin' with the Boys, and he's said that, nothing different between how it used to be done and now, except that they used to take the cash in the back and now they can walk through the front door. And I was like, my God, thanks for admitting you fuckers were paying the entire time. So
we all knew it.
Yeah, we all knew it. We're not stupid, but it is what it is. What are you going to do now? Nothing. I mean, Michigan literally got caught cheating, and they said, yeah, we got enough to bury you, but we're going to do nothing. So unbelievable. Yeah. Anyways, let's get in the NFL. It's late. Board brought to you by FanDuel, non-sponsor, but if they'd like to sponsor, we would deeply appreciate that. I told Lucas.
Talk him into
that. What's that?
Let me see if I can talk him into it.
Yeah. Told Lucas before we went on air that this was probably like the least ready I'd been for a week. Just been busy with work and shit and haven't really gotten my normal prep in. So hopefully he's going to have to carry a lot of the discussion on some of these games here. Got some bigger spreads though this week. I will say that. Not surprising as teams kind of start to wind down. They don't really
time of the year.
Yeah, it's unfortunately that time of year. You're seeing teams kind of starting to play the quit game, try and get a better draft position. There is one team I want to talk to you about when we get there, because you and I have a bet laying on their under win total, and them winning last week really, really hurt our outlook on that bet. More on that later, but first game, you got the Jets headed to Jacksonville. As we already kind of saw in the playoff picture, Jacksonville is actually in the 3 seed. But obviously the Jets aren't in, not really anything on the line for them. 13.5 spread, pretty large for an NFL game. Have you looked
into starting at quarterback? Rookie out of Missouri. We had a good bit last week. Did all right. But this is one of the few games this week without really weather concerns. It's going to be cold as hell in a lot of these games.
Yeah.
But no problems in Jacksonville. No weather concerns. 155.5 for Brady Cook. I mean, You kind of said it. The Jets are done. Brees Hall is questionable. I wonder if Brees Hall plays. Garrett Wilson probably is not going to be back this season. So, I mean, it's just kind of 13 and a half. I don't know how Jets cover that, to be honest. I
Yeah.
don't have any baseball Tootin lines for Jacksonville, but it's hard not to see Jacksonville just completely running away here.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say is I wonder if this is kind of a culture building type effort. Now, I don't think they'll win by any chance, but, Aaron Glenn, if he wants to stick around, try and get the team to up for it, to just, even if they play a good half, would be something better than nothing. But yeah, as you said, the Jets are done. Garrett Wilson's probably not coming back the rest of the year. Brees Hall, whatever. I doubt he plays the rest of the year. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
You don't think so?
No. I don't know. I believe this is his last year on his contract too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So and he was really pissed he didn't get traded. So I don't know. I don't know if they can kind of fake an injury, but that wouldn't surprise me if he did.
What's that time of the year for some of these guys?
Yeah, with so much uncertainty and what's going to happen, obviously there's not even really any lines up to talk about, so it's kind of hard to, force anything. But like I did watch them last week, and like I was agreed with you. I thought Cook looked pretty good for what they are, I guess. So
What they are.
yeah. I just don't have anything for that game. If anything, I'd actually take the Jets to cover the spread, but might be a good teaser spot. I think
Jacksonville covers.
Oh, you think they cover the 13.5?
Yeah.
Well, since you don't have any plays there, I assume.
Not at the moment. We don't have too much to work with.
Yeah, we'll move on. Cardinals team, another same sort of situation. Cardinals team headed to Houston, which has really come on hot here of late. They're in the playoff as a 7 seed right now, so winning for them does matter. Cardinals, not so much. I'll say the Cardinals team doesn't really quit. I'll give them that much. CJ Stroud looked decent in his first, I think it was his first game back last week. So I don't know. What do you think about this game?
Yeah, love what I've seen from Arizona. They've been a fun team to bet on the past month or so, but the Texans defense is legit. It's hard to even trust anybody in this game.
Yeah. I'm with you. We've already saw what the Texans can do against like a better offensive team with the Chiefs at home. So it's not also a weather concern game because which is good, but yeah, it's hard to bet anything on these what could be just crappy games. One team doesn't care to win, the other one really needs a win. If anything, I'd probably be trying to find some type of Texans prop to go after. Maybe like
Woody Marks is still questionable.
Yeah,
most likely going to be out.
Yep. Maybe Schultz, I guess. Even that though, I wouldn't have a ton of confidence in it. It'd be like more of a guess than anything, which I don't like doing. So we'll move on to a better game, which actually does have some meaning. The Bills and the Patriots. Buffalo at the moment is in as a 6th seed, and the Patriots are the second or the number 2 seed. So both do kind of, these do matter for both teams. It's not just a BS type game or whatever. What's your thoughts here?
One of my bigger regrets this season is not hammering Stephon Diggs first time he played Buffalo. I don't think it quite has the same meaning. Technically third go around, third time now he's played Buffalo.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first time he actually went to Orchard Park and played, that was 10 for 140 something, 146.
Yeah.
So I mean, Stephon Diggs definitely looks a little low. It was 47.5 the other day, and I still haven't bet it. I kind of maybe I'm overthinking it, just like I did the first time when they played.
He's a really emotional player, so it's
Yep.
I thought the first time they did play that we did bet them.
Well, I just bet his regular line. I didn't ladder him.
Okay.
Went over by almost 100 yards.
Yeah. I mean, he was targeted 12 times. What's his long? 19. You know, you'd think the Bills have really struggled defensively this year, especially against the run. Although, surprisingly, in the first matchup, they actually did a pretty good job. They only gave up 71 yards on the ground. I kind of actually think that might be a bit of a different game this go around for the Patriots if they can run the ball a bit more. The one guy who I'd kind of had, circled here was Travion Henderson, only 45 yards. He went off for 60 something last week, 67, I think. And even in the first matchup, I think he was in the low 20s, maybe close to 30. He had 24 on 6 carries. So, but that was also back when they really weren't using Travion very much.
Yep.
So, thought it
Hard
might
to figure
be.
out all season.
Yeah. I mean, they end up using Ramon Stevenson. I'll say that because I'm gonna fucking butcher his first name. They use it like it just depends. Last week against the Giants, it was Henderson, but Stevenson still got. I mean, they split carries 11 and 12, and then the week before against the Bengals, again Henderson got way more of the carries. He had 18, and Stevenson had 6. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. I just feel like that line's really low. I really like Travion. I think he's a really good back.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Really, really a steal. So that's actually the one play I have this week so far is his Travion's rushing yards. Did Stephon score last matchup? No?
Did everything but score.
I just go past him. Must have. Oh, there he is. 140. I don't know. It's not too bad of a spot. Watch him have like a really weirdly low game, but he goes off for like 2 touchdowns or something like that. I could almost see that. Everyone ladders him up, just like thinking what he did last time, and then
he didn't score.
Yeah, then he ends up scoring. So, you got anything else on this game?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a little bit tougher to figure out.
Yeah. Should be a good game, though.
Bills favorite on the road.
Drake May's been really good.
Not too many people have obviously sold on New England just yet. They've beat a lot of bad teams.
Yeah. Who do you got? Who do you like in that one?
Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. That line's a little bit weird. Makes me think Buffalo wins.
I agree. They're probably the more desperate team in this case.
Yeah.
So I think I'd have to just give it to them. I think they'll come out with the win. If they don't,
I have no idea really, but
yeah,
kind of a weird line.
Yeah,
a little bit weird.
Chargers and the Chiefs. Currently, Chiefs out of the playoffs for the first time in 10 years. The gods are smiling down on us all finally. Darth Vader's gone. Maybe. We'll see.
It's going to be cold as hell.
He's going to be
0 degrees or something.
Yeah, it's going to be
miserable
cold.
out there.
Yep, very, very cold. Very cold in the Midwest this week. So I don't know how that affects the Chargers. Obviously going to affect them a lot more than the Chiefs, who are, there. So I haven't really dug into this game too much yet. I don't know about you, so I'll let you go if you have anything.
I just know it's going to be cold as hell. You'd have to imagine that favors Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's an elimination game for them.
Yeah.
It's very unlikely they make the playoffs now, but they can still do it. They just got to win out, get a little bit of help.
Yeah, they need a lot of help. I was looking at the weather app here, Kansas City. I knew it was supposed to snow in Iowa. I was trying to see if it's supposed to snow there. No snow there, but yeah, high of 24, low of 18. So it is going to be frigid. I assume game like this, they're probably going to try and run the ball a little bit more, try and, getting hit while you're really fucking cold hurts. And for those that have, played football before. So I kind of wonder if the Chiefs aren't going to try and maybe, break the will of the Chargers a little bit and just run the ball at them, try and really make them want to go home. But also, if they get down, it's not going to be, they're going to have to pass the ball a lot more then. And I don't know that I have a lot of faith in them to do that. Last week again, it's not the same, but Patrick Mahomes had 3 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. That's not good. What did you think about though? Like Pacheco, he had about 9 carries, 9 or 10 carries last week, maybe 35 yards.
Which doesn't look like the same Isaiah Pacheco.
No. Although the week before,
place to bet on the past years, but it just hasn't been the same.
His carries did go up from the Cowboys game, which was a higher scoring game. He only had 3 carries in for 16, and then he had 9 last week. So I don't know if would you expect his load to go up anymore?
I think it'd have to be Kareem Hunt again. I just trust Kareem Hunt a little bit more.
Yeah, he had 12 carries for 30 yards. Again, pretty tough defense. Patrick Mahomes ran for his life on that one, but I wouldn't expect that to really happen again against the Chargers, at least. So I don't know. Kareem Hunt's line's a bit enticing as well. Really could be both. Do you have any plays locked in yet for this?
Chargers won week 1. That was a neutral site game, but 5.5 seems like a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I think the weather does have a pretty big effect on the Chargers.
Yeah.
A lot more than Kansas City.
Yeah, Patrick actually ran. That was a good point. I just looked back there. Pacheco only had 5 carries for 25. Kareem was 5 for 16. But again, Patrick Mahomes really went off in that game in terms of rushing. But it's a different game than it was week 1, the Sao Paulo game. So you're actually going to play Charger spread there?
I think Chiefs probably win, but it does seem like a lot of points.
Yeah.
Chargers are certainly the better team, but the home field advantage is going to be pretty significant this week.
What's some stat? Well, I guess what's the stat about Chiefs covering bigger spreads? I don't remember if it's the bigger spread is a double digit though. Yeah, I don't remember. I'm not very good at it. Yeah, I guess I'd have to take the Chiefs here as well. They're at home they're used to the cold. I think they just clip the Chargers and maybe keep some semblance of the playoff hope alive. Not that at this point, it's just hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
Another gross game. You got the Eagles or the Raiders coming into Philadelphia. Eagles are currently in as the 3 seed. The Raiders have long been dead. I don't have anything to even talk about on this game just because I don't
Take a
know.
revenge game.
Yeah.
11.5 certainly seems like a lot of points for anybody against the Eagles.
Yeah.
I mean, the Raiders are a dead team, but Kenny Pickett returned to Philly. I don't think there's any tough love. That kind of revenge game, I think it's all love, but
Yeah.
man, 11.5 points.
That is a lot. It's just a double digits. To lay double digits at home in the NFL is just essentially you almost automatically bet the other team. Man, and the only thing I'd even really want to bet would be Ashton Genty, but they've used him so weirdly this year. I don't want to bet him. So then it would be, like you said, with the revenge factor. Is it Brock Bowers at 54 yards? Maybe. I don't know. This was one of those games I just decided to lay off again because of the fact that one team's out of the playoffs, so it doesn't really even matter if they lose. Where, granted, the Eagles are in at this particular moment. It's a win would still kind of help secure a higher seed for them.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that game.
Yeah. Is the weather supposed to be pretty cold there as well?
Yeah, it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
20s, I think. Low 30s. 38.5 total. That game might be so gross. Not looking forward to that.
Might just end up being like 21
Not looking forward to that game.
to 7, maybe.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, Breece Hall not listed on injury report, so looks like Breece Hall will play this week.
I wonder if FanDuel has updated to add him in. No. Still be slower than that. This is probably one of the more interesting games. After Burrow came back and absolutely fleeced the shit out of the Ravens on the road, now they get the trip at get them at home, and they're dogs here. So, what's your thoughts here? Lamar hasn't looked good this season at all. Pretty poor, to be honest. I've seen the Lamar apologists are out in full force, claiming whatever they need to claim. I mean, he's still an amazing player, but it's whatever. What's your read on this game?
You see Joe Burrow talk this week?
Yeah, didn't he mention something about if he's not happy playing, or how did he word it exactly?
He's not having fun anymore.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Bengals wasn't eliminated. Team's pretty dead.
I doubt he retires. I wonder if that's just his way of saying he wants traded.
And at this point, I hope.
There's a lot of teams that would
Matt
take
Stafford
him.
retires this offseason.
He'd think. Is he officially going to retire, or is it just kind of rumor at this point?
No, but if the Rams win the Super Bowl, you think that's it for Stafford? There you go. You got your Matt Stafford replacement, Sean McVay.
Boy, they'd have to shill out some shitload of money for that, wouldn't they?
There you go. And yeah, Joe Burrow. A lot of us didn't expect him to play again this season, and here he is, and the Bengals are eliminated. Of course, they beat Baltimore on Thanksgiving night.
Good game, too.
If only Isaiah Likely scored. I think he scores this week.
God, he's due. Yeah, I mean, last matchup, 32-14, just absolutely blasted him. Chase Brown really went off, 78 yards. The Ravens just haven't been able to stop shit on the ground. Their defense has just been very poor, very, very poor. Although surprisingly, well, it's not even fair. The Steelers didn't do crap on the ground, but they're just not a good team in general. I still think Tomlin probably ends up getting fired this year, or maybe not fired, but more of a mutual parting of ways sort of thing.
You would think.
Yeah. So it's just time for them to probably move on. It's getting a little bit toxic from both ends. I don't know. I just want to. Is it in Cincinnati? It's going to be probably pretty cold.
No, it's going to be very cold there.
Yeah. I kind of wonder if this isn't just a Chase Brown game again. If they actually move off Burrow, do you think they just blow the team up, trade Jamar and everyone?
It might happen.
Didn't they? I feel like they just signed Jamar to a big contract too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And see Higgins,
Yeah.
who's out this week.
Yep. Do you think? All right. So you don't have any official plays on that game yet?
Not yet, but I do like Isaiah Likely.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase at 91.5. A little bit interesting, but got under the motivation.
Yeah. Maybe just wants to go get one more win against actually, what is Likely's line at this particular moment?
Went up a little bit, 38.5.
Yeah. It's not too bad. I might just end up taking that right now. I know Zay Flowers went off last week, but what's the receptions line? 3.5? Maybe that's the better play. Likely to get 4. He's been averaging right around 4. He's trying to pull up props.cash to see what he'd had. Likely. Here he is. 95 yards last time. Jesus. Well, 4 and 5, but then he's only been 2, so maybe not as good as I thought it was. Maybe it's just as simple as he's scoring. He owes us after that one. He fumbled right at the. Fumbled? Oh my God, Jesus! Who you got winning that?
Ravens.
Yeah, I think they probably get revenge. 2 broken teams. The Commanders and the Giants. Broken for different reasons, but broken all the same. You have
so who's going to win that game? Who's going to try to lose on purpose?
Yeah.
Both these teams would benefit by losing.
Yeah, I'm not sure the current draft positions as they stand, but I was trying to see. I don't see anything. Yeah. I was kind of hoping maybe ESPN had something like a current draft picture. Yeah, I mean, both teams are just really down on the dumps at this. While Dart's still playing, they don't have anyone. Oh, excuse me. They don't have anyone to throw the ball to that's worth a shit. Their rookie star running back, he's out for the season. Their star wide receiver is out for the season. Meanwhile, Jaden Daniels is also out for the. I think he's the rest of the season. And they just got a team full of old shits. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't even. I mean, is this going to be like a 7-3 game? They just run,
That's
punt.
The thing is, everybody going to try to lose on purpose?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is it just going to be a run, punt?
Yeah, I think this game's going to be stupid.
Yeah, I
run, punt.
Yeah, don't even worry about passing the ball. Just 46. I mean, I feel like the under's the play here.
Pointless.
Yeah.
I think the under would be the play. Yeah, definitely not picking a side.
No, I don't even have any it's games like this when there's teams that want to be tanking that I don't even really want to play anything.
Two teams that benefit by losing.
Yep.
Yeah, this game might be absolutely pointless.
Browns, Bears. Well, the Browns are just the Browns. It's not even really anything to say on that at this particular point. But the Bears kind of come maybe have come out of nowhere this season. They're currently the 7th seed, and a little bit of hold it in their own hands here. I know I believe they lost. Yeah, they lost to the Packers last week. So, while Caleb Williams is pretty good and pretty evasive, I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that against Myles Garrett this week. What's your thought heading into that game?
It's going to be a fun game to watch. Shador's coming off a very solid game. Myles Garrett minus 194 for a sack. That looks very good.
Yeah.
Minus 500 last week. Caleb said he's not going to let him get one, but
yeah, my ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's a very good parlay piece. Minus 194 for a sack.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me, there's a future I liked. I wish I would have seen it weeks ago.
That minus 500.
So he's at 20. He needs 3 more for the record. He's minus 550 to get 3 more, get the record. But he wants 25. He's got 25 written on his wrist. Plus 125 to get 25 plus sacks. Myles Garrett. If he can get 5 more sacks in 4 games. Yeah, it looks like a good parlay piece. Actually, FanDuel counts half sacks for that.
Oh, do they?
I don't think every book does, but FanDuel does to record a sack. Half sacks count.
That's an interesting, yeah. I wouldn't play that as a straight, but it's an interesting parlay piece, at the very least.
And minus 194 to get over 0.0 sacks, so half sacks count.
Yeah. Do they do quarter sacks, I guess? I don't even know. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. It's only quarter tackles or some weird shit like that they do.
There you go. I like that a lot of the parlay piece. Myles Garrett minus 194 for a sack. Not even sure if you get better lines elsewhere, but minus 500 last week. He only got 1.
Unbelievably.
They were not trying to. They were triple teaming him. They were not going to let him do it. He still got 1.
Yeah. That dude's a fucking machine.
They're doing everything they could to not have Myles Garrett destroy Cam Ward, but granted, that's the game plan for every team, but it doesn't quite work that way with Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were not going to let Myles Garrett take that game over last week. The Titans.
No. Being that it's going to be just like we already talked about with some of these other Midwest games, it's going to be cold as hell in Chicago.
It'll be cold as fucking Chicago.
Yeah, real fucking cold.
I think this is the coldest one. There's a few this week that would be pretty miserable to sit outdoors and watch, and this is, I think, the top of the list.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't even know what the over-under on this game is. Probably in the 30s. Yeah, 38.
38.5.
I don't even know what they're going to, I don't have anything really lined up for this game. I just don't, the thing I think that's maybe annoying to me is, like you said, Shador coming off a pretty good game, really, but now it's going to be cold as shit. So I just don't know if that's going to translate into this week at all, being how cold it is. Chicago's windy. So, do they try and just run the ball a lot more?
I mean, you would think.
I would think, but the only, I just don't think. From the Bears' perspective, they're actually pretty good at running the ball. But running the ball against Cleveland is not the move. So how stubborn does Ben Johnson get with this? I don't know. And, the Bears are decently good at stopping the run. But again, it's kind of all that the Browns can do. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything on this game. What about you?
Harold Fannin Jr. maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Should we just move off this one?
Bears win.
Yeah, Bears win. Gross ass game in the Titans the Titans are just dead, heading cross country to the 49ers. Seems like the McCaffrey special type game again. It's kind of been their offense all year. But the only thing that kind of gave me question here was, is this like a good opportunity to try and rest him a little bit before the playoffs?
I would think so.
Yeah.
His attempts are 19.5. You would imagine they would rest him second half. Should be a Brian Robinson Jr. game, but man, we've seen McCaffrey have huge workloads. I feel like they can kind of do a little bit better with that, managing him as we get closer to the playoffs.
It's really been their only offense. My only fear would be, I'm assuming the game plan is, let's just get up on this team and then just fucking run the ball the rest of the second half and get out of here with a win. Rest as many people as we can, because next week, you're going to go play
Colts.
Monday night. You're going to go play Monday Night Football and the Colts. Now that game prior to last week or 2 weeks ago looked a lot
must watch TV.
Yeah, it looked way harder, right? You're like, fuck, that's a really tough game. But now the Colts are bringing in 45-year-old Phillip Rivers, or however old he is. I'm not trying to shit on him. It's just
44.
44. My bad. I gave him one
They
extra.
must watch TV next week.
Yeah.
Whatever it does happen. I'm not entirely sure who's going to start this week for Indianapolis, but.
Well, so here's my thing. You already, for those that don't know, you already bet the Colts under at this point. So, that to me, you're not expecting them to win that game next week.
No.
Yeah.
No, the Colts aren't going to win a game.
I honestly think they lose out.
They go from 8-2 to 8-9.
Yeah, it seems like they're probably going to lose out, right?
Oh, the injuries just piled up at the wrong time, and you're so desperate you call Phillip Rivers.
And this just,
no way that's the best option.
No. Well, did you see that they wanted that dude from Denver, but he didn't want to go?
Oh, yeah. Sam Ehlinger?
That's it. Sorry. Yeah. Sam Ehlinger. He's like, no, I'm good.
Texas Longhorns quarterback.
Book of Chew. What's up, man? He's watching us.
What's up?
I love Book of Chew. Great guy.
There's a lot to say about the Colts right now. It's going to be must-watch TV. I don't think Rivers starts this week. I think this week he probably watches and starts Monday Night Football against the 49ers. I think it's got to be Riley Leonard this week. Riley Leonard's cleared to play, but they got to make a decision. They got time to, I think, before tomorrow afternoon to officially put Rivers on the active roster. But
you would.
I don't think Rivers plays this week, if I had to guess. I think he sits this week and plays next week against the 49ers.
Surely you don't play him, right? Against the Seahawks?
It would go so terribly.
Yeah. You could this week. Because what could happen is you could honestly just get him hurt and then you're more screwed.
It would be you can't start him against the Seahawks.
No.
You just can't do it.
No. For him, more than anything, right? So
on the road in Seattle, top 5 defense, probably going to be raining. You can't start Phillip Rivers this week. That'll be. Imagine saying this time last week, Phillip Rivers is going to be starting a football game this week. 44-year-old quarterback.
Over under.
Second grandpa. Brett Favre was actually grandpa when his last season.
Really?
I believe he would be the second grandparent ever to play in the NFL.
That's actually that is a wild stat.
Unless somebody did 100 years ago, maybe. But in recent NFL, there's been one grandparent to play Brett Favre his last season. Phillip Rivers could be number 2. He's got a grandkid now.
Papa Rivers.
He hasn't played since the 2020 COVID season.
Why? Why is he going back? I don't get it. I don't know.
I mean, in theory, it makes sense. Like, oh, all they need is a quarterback, but it's not quite how it's worked out. They got all these injuries on defense now. But they trade 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner, and he's probably done for the season. I mean, the injuries just piled up at the wrong time for the Colts. It all just kind of,
and that's
very,
really,
very unfortunate because they look so good in October.
Man, right after the trade deadline there, you and I talked, and I said, man, that trade for Sauce was a really good trade. Really good trade.
It was at the time, but
yeah. I mean,
man,
it doesn't negate that it was a good trade. It doesn't negate that it was good. It's just unfortunate that he got hurt, right? So,
I mean, it made sense at the time to do it because you're going all out for a Super Bowl. This might be your best chance.
Yeah.
And at the time, yeah, it made a whole lot of sense. But man, it's just very unfortunate for the Colts.
What's
you
the
8-2, and you're looking at 8-9.
Yeah. I can't remember the girl's name. That's the owner / person who's always on the sideline. She's just got to be thinking,
Jim
God.
Irsay's daughter.
Yeah, she's just got to be thinking, God fucking damn it. And it's not her fault.
To be so desperate, you have to call Phillip Rivers.
Yeah. Man.
His beer belly.
Yeah. Dude just he's doing some sprints probably as we speak, trying to get in a little bit of shape.
I mean, I'm a Phillip Rivers fan, but let's be realistic. He hasn't played in five years. He's 44.
Yeah.
Eligible for the Hall of Fame if he doesn't play, I believe next year. But he could reset that.
They must have offered him like a shitload of money or something.
I mean, it makes sense for him to come back. This will be the scenario of go on a playoff run. You could really solidify yourself as an all-time legend, Hall of Fame career if you made a playoff run. But I just can't see it happening.
Yeah. I don't either.
As fun as it would be, even though I do have the Colts under wins, I absolutely just can't see it happen. I think. Well, they're not saying this time a week ago, Phillip Rivers would be starting in the game.
He's not. They're not winning this week, and
they're absolutely not winning this week. There's no such thing as a lock, but 0% chance the Colts go to Seattle.
And the thing was, I hadn't even considered them not playing him this week, and I'm glad that you brought that up because now that you say it, I was like, oh, yeah, that would actually make way more sense. They're just not going to play him this week, try and get him more in shape, more familiar with the playbook, whatever. You probably weren't going to win regardless, so just eat the L and move on to next week.
Yeah. I mean, it's not impossible that they beat the 49ers. I mean, that game's at home. It's indoors. You don't have to worry about the weather.
Yeah.
This week you do have to worry about the weather. It looks like a rain game. And Seahawks defense is legit. Top 5 defense. 49ers defense a little bit more leaky with the injuries they've had. And man, just imagine saying this time a week ago, Phillip Rivers would be starting the game. He wouldn't even believe it if you would have said it this time last week.
Over under Phillip Rivers starts half a one and fucking plus 10,000. So to kind of bring that
full start a game at 44 years old.
Yeah. To bring that back full circle here. I just your people's first indication is probably going to be McCaffrey here, which he still may go over. But if you
minus
are
360 anytime.
If you're smart,
touchdown.
Yeah. If you're smart, and the 49ers are not always that smart, they are constantly getting people injured. And this should just be an absolute walk in the park. Play him the first half, get up, and then just fucking put Brian Robinson in and run the ball. It's exactly why you got him. He's 25 yards.
This is the Brian Robinson game, if you ask me.
Yeah. Just lock him in right now. I wouldn't even,
I'm definitely thinking about that.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Maybe you get a little bit better live.
Maybe.
But even then, I mean, this has got to be a Brian Robinson game.
Yeah.
Second half.
It's for me, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to lock him in what he is because I still think he just goes off for 50-some yards, whatever. The Titans are god-awful. So get up on this team and just let your best player have a rest. Don't injure him. You have 2 really winnable games right in front of you that would help your seeding a lot.
Yep.
Which is crazy because, again, as we talked, this looked like a really good chance for the Seahawks 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago for the Seahawks to lose a game at home, and then even for the 49ers to lose the week following. But completely different outcome now. Yeah. I don't really have anything else on that. I think the 49ers just whatever. They get in there and do their thing. Brian Robinson has a good get day, and that's that.
Ideally, that's how it will go.
Ideally. Yeah, ideally. Really interesting game in terms of playoff picture here. Lions and the Rams. Lions are currently
the best game of the day.
Yeah, it really could be. Lions not currently in the playoff picture, but if they can win this game, boy, oh boy, does that change their odds to get in. It doesn't really hurt the Rams at all. Maybe they drop down to the 2 seed, I guess, but much to be determined, right? If the Lions lose this game, they're not mathematically out, but it becomes much more difficult, and you're needing other teams to do some shit, like lose games, obviously, for you to get back in. Let me hear your thoughts.
So the last time Amon-Ra St. Brown was playing in SoFi, he had a career high. I believe it was 156 yards 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm a narrative guy, and that's a huge narrative. Line dropped a little bit. Of course, we were on St. Brown under last week, and it looked very good for about 57 minutes. He was very spot on, and of course, he goes off for 30-something yards.
Then
this is a little bit of a discount than we normally would see St. Brown, 76.5.
Yeah.
But very much a must-win game for Detroit. St. Brown coming back home to Southern California.
Yeah.
I'm just a little bit outside of LA, but went to USC, of course. I'm not sure if he's got friends or family coming, but he did have a career high last time he played at SoFi.
Yeah.
Not a coincidence.
Not at all. None at all. And,
definitely an SGP game. I think you can hopefully take your pick with a lot of these guys. I think this has to be the game of the day.
That's kind of what I thought.
But pick one, I think it's St. Brown.
I'm kind of glad you said that, because that was kind of my thought too, was, man, this could be such an SGP game. I really thought it looked like a good one. Man, the Rams are just they're really good. They're the clear favorites, probably to win the Super Bowl would be my guess.
At the moment.
Another guy who also had a career game last time they played was one Jameson Williams. But his lines, I think he went off for over 100 as well. So
you didn't even say the obvious narrative. The 2 quarterbacks.
Well, yeah. That's true.
Of course, we all know it, but I guess this is the 3rd time they've matched up now. Goff versus Stafford.
Yeah, it'd be the 3rd, because they played twice last year, right?
In the regular season and once in the playoffs.
That seems right. No, they didn't play in the playoffs.
The first time in LA that they played.
Oh yeah. What is? Well, see, yeah, Props has they played on 124 and then on 924.
Yeah, they played in the playoffs and then week 1.
Yeah.
Lions won in overtime.
Yeah. Yeah. So the last time they played at SoFi was in the playoffs.
Both those games were in Detroit. First time in LA. That Goff and Stafford have played first time in LA.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the game earlier in this season though was at Detroit, right?
They played Detroit in the playoffs in Detroit week 1 last season.
Oh, okay.
Montgomery had that walk-off touchdown overtime.
Oh yeah. Good game. Yeah, so I'm with you. I think this seems like a really good SGP type game. Man, you could do a lot with this game. That's for damn
Do a
sure.
lot with this game.
Yeah.
Take your pick.
Yep.
I think St. Brown was the first pick.
Yeah, he'd probably be my number one pick. Just go over his yards too. God, how about last week? I got Montgomery over a half a yard receiving live. That worked out. That was air. So might do something similar because the Rams defense is legit. So I kind of like that spot again if I can get it, but we'll see. Who do you think comes away with the win there?
Kind of think the Lions pull it off.
I kind of think they do too.
A little bit of an upset, 5.5 underdogs. I like the Lions. I think I went with a lot of favorites so far this week, but my underdog is we got to take Lions.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions there. It doesn't really hurt the Rams as much to lose. So, I mean, I'm not saying they want to lose because you never really do, but I just think this is just, man, this seems like such a Dan Campbell type game. Go out there, be tougher for longer type of situation. So we'll see. This was the game I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, this one.
The stupid fucking Saints won last week and absolutely hurt our under that we have on the season here. Now we're in a bit of trouble here. So we had under 4.5, and I think they're at 4 wins right now.
Well, I got under 5.5.
Yeah, I don't remember what I got.
They're 3-10. I got under 5.5.
Yeah. Regardless, it's a bit more of a dicey situation. Whatever you got that line.
Go 2-2. With Carolina coming off the bye.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Sorry, I do have 5.5 as 2, under 5.5. Yeah.
They're 3-10. So Carolina coming out of the bye, they're in first place. Perfect bye week for them. They didn't have to do anything. And Tampa Bay lost twice.
Yeah.
So perfect scenario for Carolina.
Literally couldn't have gotten better.
Couldn't have gotten better for the Panthers.
No.
Sitting at home and watch the Bucs lose twice.
Yep. Beautiful.
So regardless of the division, they play 2 times in the next 4 weeks, Carolina and Tampa Bay. So it's not necessarily a must win. They can, as long as they handle their business against Tampa Bay.
Who's really struggled as of late. So
yeah, they're on a terrible streak now, Tampa Bay.
They really are, yeah. I don't really have anything for this game. I mean, the Saints have been the team I haven't bet on. I don't think I've placed one wager on the Saints all year, like player props.
It's been one of my favorite teams to bet on. I guess both these teams.
Yeah.
We do need Carolina to pull this one off. Saints looked very good last week against Tampa Bay. A little bit of an upset.
Yeah. So as of now, do you have anything locked in or no?
A few things I've been looking at, but everything would correlate with my Saints under wins.
Yeah.
Just need Carolina to win this game.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily I think they do coming off the bye. We'll move on.
You would think they'd be able to just run the ball. Chupa Hubbard and Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
Not have Bryce Young do too much.
Yeah, just run the ball, score, get out of there. Packers and the Broncos should be a pretty good game. As we said, Denver's in first currently at 11-2, and Green Bay's in second place in the NFC. So big game, really all around.
Potential Super Bowl preview.
Preview.
These teams, a very good chance to make it.
Which is actually unbelievable.
Denver in that 1 seed.
Yep.
Packers could still get the 1 seed, but potential Super Bowl preview. Josh Jacobs. Would seem that Josh Jacobs is going to be out this week. Kind of re-aggravated his knee, so Emmanuel Wilson. I'm looking for an Emmanuel Wilson line. They're not going to have it till We know for sure about Josh Jacobs, but I don't think he's going to play this week, especially when they're thinking long term.
Yeah.
He's been banged up for quite a bit now. He seemed to re-aggravate his knee, so that's not good for Green Bay. I think they can afford to rest him this week because they got long-term plans, Super Bowl plans.
Yep. Bigger things ahead, so yeah, I don't know. It seems like I think the Green Bay actually comes in here and gets this game. Denver has been flirting all season with a loss here.
I do like Green Bay.
They've just been pulling these games out of a rabbit out of a hat, unbelievably. So,
yeah, that's one way to put it.
Yeah.
Not too many people are believers in Denver. I mean, the AFC is wide open; they could still win it, but maybe not nearly as good as their record would show. 11-2.
Yeah, I just have the feeling once they get in the playoffs, they're just gonna get exposed. But maybe I don't know. It could look silly. We'll see. So,
what if you get that 1 seed?
Yeah.
Home field advantage, get the first round bye.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I like Green Bay to win.
Yep.
Waiting for Emmanuel Wilson.
Colts Seahawks. We kind of already talked about this game. Likely going to be
going to start at quarterback.
Yeah.
If it was me, it'd be Riley Leonard for this week. I think starting Phillip Rivers just be absolutely insane this week.
It might be the single dumbest thing that they could do. Like, seriously, one of the dumbest things that they could do. And I really hope that they don't do that.
Yeah, I hope they don't this week. I think you got to save them for next Monday night against San Francisco. But
yep,
there's no such thing as a lock. But the Seahawks are not losing this game. Bet everything you own on Seahawks money line.
Yep,
Seahawks are not going to lose this game.
I don't even have anything to talk about that game because it's just going to be gross. So
they do have Phillip Rivers lines up.
That's actually
he's not active yet. They got to officially activate him by tomorrow afternoon.
That's actually fucking
for sure.
insane.
Rivers will start this week, but yeah, imagine saying that this time last week. You can bet on Phillip Rivers.
That's the craziest thing ever.
I mean, Caesar spot minus 13.5, whatever. Team total over. Colts team total under.
Yep.
Granted, we don't know who's starting at quarterback, but I don't think it matters this week. Riley Leonard or Phillip Rivers, but especially if Rivers starts. Just what are we doing? Minus 156 to throw an interception. And of course, everybody's going to donate on Phillip Rivers props. They're telling you right there to do it. The popular plays.
I feel like that's a free.
What's that? To score first and win? I know that's
just total touchdowns.
A little bit above. There's the score first and win.
Wherever
isn't there?
First scoring.
Yeah, that's out. Score.
Oh, here we go. Score first and win. Yeah.
I know that you bet that before that market. It's not something I ever thought of, but
yeah,
this will be the game to do it.
Man, I just don't.
Everything Seahawks and nothing Colts.
Yeah,
You got to start Riley Leonard this week. I mean, he's not going to pull off the win, but your playoff hopes. I mean, I guess at this point rely on Phillip Rivers, and you cannot start Phillip Rivers this week.
It's too detrimental at this point. So, all right, we'll go on.
So yeah, a lot has happened for the Colts.
Oops,
they were just 8-2 a month ago, a little over a month ago after their bye week.
Sunday Night Football. The 9 Viking-led Vikings.
One of your favorite players, JJ McCarthy, on Sunday Night Football.
Jesus. No. It's 9.
Yeah, 9's going to be playing on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah.
From the University of Michigan, the national champion.
Please put that in quotes.
National champion quarterback, JJ McCarthy, on Sunday Night Football. His first Sunday Night Football appearance.
It is actually. I didn't even realize that.
He played on Monday night, but
Yeah.
on the big stage this week, 9 on the big stage in Dallas. There's no way that the Cowboys can lose this game. I'm going to have Dallas in a play, a teaser or money line play, because there's no way the Cowboys can lose this game. 9 on Sunday Night Football.
You know, the Vikings defense is pretty damn good. And it's unbelievable if they had just even an average quarterback. I mean, that's a 10-win team you're talking? So,
I mean, if you had Sam Darnold theoretically, or even Daniel Jones.
Yeah. I mean, at least, right?
You're looking at a wild card team, perhaps, but.
You know, and I actually heard this podcast I like to listen to. So they're actually Detroit-based. But they, what they were talking about was, for instance, how many teams, well, this guy actually had the stat. He said how many teams had won the Super Bowl who had used a recycled quarterback, meaning they were on somebody's team. They originally drafted them. They didn't really work out. They go somewhere else to maybe refurbish their career, and then they get hot, and then they get traded to someone else who really needed a quarterback. Like that's all they needed. And how many times has a quarterback ever won a Super Bowl doing that?
Nick Foles?
Nope. Zero. The answer is zero. No one has ever
done
it.
Away for a couple of years before he came back.
So, trying to do like the Sam Darnold thing, where he started off wherever, I can't remember now, went and refurbished his career with the 49ers. They traded him away to the, Seahawks sort of thing. And they're just saying, it's almost a lock now that the Vikings will likely move off of JJ. Just swallow that you made a really bad pick, a dog shit pick.
I think you have to.
And yeah, you have to, in that they're likely gonna go get Mac Jones. So I don't know. It was just an interesting thought or kind of fact that they gave, is that no one's won the Super Bowl. But the more or less the point was the guy was making is like, wow, yeah, that'll be kind of like a Band-Aid. You still need to go draft someone who you think's going to be it.
Not JJ.
It's not JJ. 100% not JJ.
We've all seen that coming. JJ's just not in the NFL. Perhaps he was not in college because he could only throw 12 times a game.
Yeah. I never understood the pick from the beginning. So
nope.
Not one single bit. Yeah, I mean,
lose this game. They're still in the playoff hunt. It's not looking very good after last week. They needed to win last week, but kind of a disaster. But Cowboys cannot lose this game. There's no way they can lose to 9 on Sunday Night Football at home. Cowboys offense has been very different at home.
Yes.
You got to imagine Dak pulls it off this week. I'm going to have Cowboys in a play, some capacity.
So I was just kind of going through the playoff thing here. Boy, if the Lions pull off the win, that actually catapults Seattle into first, which is pretty wild. Will this bring doesn't really do anything for them.
Well, they play again yet.
Yeah.
Seattle and Los Angeles.
That changes a little bit the play, that playoff look there. It could potentially move. Yeah. So, you can see just each game makes such a huge difference there. I think we both like the Chiefs there. Cowboys, probably the Bears. I don't even know. Doesn't really matter. Let's go.
I guess not.
Just literally does not matter. Sure. Actually, that does not drop Pittsburgh out of the playoff. I'm kind of surprised there, even with if you'd chosen the Ravens. It seems like it's going to be a lot harder for the Ravens to get in, but regardless, we won't talk about Sunday night football or Monday night football. We never do on this show. So it's the Dolphins Steelers. So, going to be a banger of a game.
Actually could be.
I don't have a lot of hope. And Mike McDaniel's just shitting on me fucking every week, that asshole. Came on this show every week saying that guy's going to be fired, and yet we are at week 15, and that fucking dickhead has launched me into the fucking sun.
They're hot. Dolphins are hot.
Yeah.
They can still go to playoff run.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man.
I think it's 5 games in a row they've won now.
I think so.
Hot.
Yeah.
Schedule's been very easy, and they've taken care of business.
They've gotten the wins. That's all that matters, I guess, at this point.
They got the wins. They could just sneak in the playoffs. They're not going to win a game, but man, they just might do it.
Could you imagine saying that about 6 or 7 weeks ago?
Well, not in September, October, but
no.
Started to get a little healthy. They took care of business.
Yep.
I actually like them to win on Monday night, the Dolphins.
Unfortunately, I do too.
But I'll worry about that game later. I think there actually might be some good plays in that game.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we'll see. We'll get through Sunday.
Yeah, we'll get through Sunday. That's all we got for tonight, or for today, not night. Unless you got anything else you want to get out there.
I don't think so.
All right. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We will see you Monday.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot pot, fucking on your bitch, yeah, that, cooking up dope in the crock pot, we came from nothing to something, nigga, I don't trust nobody.